No, but they all got trouble breathing.
They all
This is
look
really
like
not
they've
bad
spent.
for 'em.
They look like they
Alright.
spent generations chasing Park's cars. Is what.
Did they not?
Yep.
And
we are
yes,
live.
and
We're live,
then
guys.
they can't breathe.
We're
Oh, live.
Hi.
Live. We're
Oh,
fucking
hello.
live. Welcome to
Hello.
the Imaginarium. I like to keep it consistent. Junior Rangers, always prepared. So we have our entire complement of Rangers here this week, Senior Rangers. That's exciting. We just caught Lily up on last week. We took a little extra time. We sipped our coffee or tea. I hope you all have a tasty beverage to settle into because we're going to pick up some momentum here tonight. Like a sandwich as well, maybe some cheese to go with my wine. Let's see here. We have, everybody. And I'll do a little bit of catch up for y'all. Last week, I'm not going to get deep down into the details because we all actually just did that off air. We got a little bit of a rundown from Maggie on various elements of the Inherited Earth cosmology. So we left it kind of vague. So, if you're familiar with the Dragon game or actual historical mythologies, there's some of that there, maybe. But otherwise, mysterious. Ooh. I did write it. I've spent my time writing that and not sleeping, but, we reveal that over time. And then our adventurers were whisked down the road towards Theodore, where their Willy Wonka-esque ride stopped on a ridge. And they were greeted by our good friend Keith, not Kevin. Called him Kevin last session. Keith and Markesh. Keith, the hot orc, and Markesh, the hot hobgoblin.
Who adore each other.
Something like that, yes.
something like that. So remind me the context of our immediate situation. We are heading to the town from here. Is that right?
Yes. Well, from the ridge on the road, you're stopped on the road, came to a stop on the road.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, you can see the lights of the town, which is, there's a cluster, basically a downtown or a main, part of the town. And then some outlying like homesteads. Seemingly not very far away. They're maybe 5 miles. Well, actually, I said probably about 15 minutes down the road. So, in a car, 5 miles, sure. And then Ted's mine, the town is Theodore. Ted's mine is going to be 5 miles from the town to the west. Right. You guys right now are basically pointed more or less directly north.
Okay. So we would have to turn off to go to the mine, but we're going to town anyway because that's where we want to go. Because I'm hoping
that was your job. That was your original job, and what y'all are getting paid for.
And we are so excited to be here. Is there anything we can tell about like the activity in the town? Does it seem like trouble's brewing? Because we are concerned about that.
Right. I want to say about, it's 8 p.m., 9 p.m. now. So full dark, stars, beautiful twinkling stars in our unpolluted skies. That's the one bonus of of the post-apocalypse is fewer CFCs. There aren't many lights on in the homes or town in general. You see a couple, just a small handful of lights on. You're close enough that you can actually see home lights, from windows, as well as just, there aren't any street lights. It's not big enough to warrant that.
Okay. Well, how do we get that booster to get going? Because I mean, that was fast. We could get there in like a second.
Is that what that was, Markesh?
I think we may have gotten a little bonus from our friends, Painted Turtle and his wife.
And Kevin, what now?
I mean, Maggie and John, just don't worry about it. They're cool.
You called him Kevin again.
Yeah, well,
You can call me Kevin all the time. That's fine. My name is Lou. It doesn't make any sense.
I'm just going to confess to the junior marshals and our senior marshals. In this world, I had another orc character named Kevin.
Oh,
Very different individual, but yeah.
Okay. Well, I guess without a boost, it's going to take us a little bit to get there, eh? I don't know why Lou's Canadian now.
Listen, I wasn't going to say it, but I was thinking it.
I'm not Canadian, and I say A all the time, so here we are.
Just came back from AA, eh?
Yeah.
Yeah, AA. How could you call it for us? No, I was in AA, eh?
No.
Oh God. All right. So yeah, onwards to town, guys.
So, well, I kind of want to know, what are you two doing out here? And how did you beat us here? I mean, well, I guess we did spend a lot of time with the goblins.
We did party with the
Yeah.
goblins.
Yeah.
That took up some time.
But, like, why are you here?
You were
Here's my
partying with
question.
goblins?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. Lou blew up some people, so then the goblins thought we were super cool. So then we went to a goblin death rally, which had a lot less death than
Yeah.
the
I was
name would
expecting
imply.
more death.
I don't think anybody died.
It was a lot of rally though, like so
There
much
was
rally.
a lot of rally and a lot of
There was
goblins.
a lot of rally.
So like 2 out of 3 ain't bad.
Rally
but-
goblins.
And Keith,
Rally a lot of goblins.
who had been squatting down by the window, stands up for a second. You can hear him kind of, and he squats back down. Yeah, he went to the after party, which, 1, I'm jealous of. 2, come on, guys, you're on business. 3, I could have beat you to the town. Well, technically, I did beat you to the town. It's not even my job. 4, we all thought you were dead.
Dead.
Why did you think we were dead?
Was it because of the dinosaurs?
Okay, that's a new
We
one for
killed
me.
the dinosaurs. I killed dinosaurs. Like, that's not even close to my job.
It was
Alright.
We've been
cool.
gone for like 2.5 days.
Well, we were supposed to hear back from the sisters at the very least.
Well,
The sisters are fine. They're just where we used to be, and then we warped here ahead of them.
No, the bus is right with you.
Oh, the bus. Okay.
I was like, oh no, that's another adventure.
Speaking of, how did the kids react to the going into hyperspace?
You hear nothing. Hannah comes down off the bus. Yeah, Lily, you experienced that whole thing. It looked like stars and celestial items and events streaking by you outside the window.
Yeah.
Everybody but you and Hannah and Chester slept through it. So
Yeah, Elsie would be able to imagine Lily like that pig in the back with her little wee.
and Chester in his old timey prospector voice was singing that song from the Chocolate Factory tunnel, from the Willy Wonka tunnel. He didn't do the scream at the end though, because he really didn't have any idea when the ride was going to end. So
There's no
he was
earthly
very
way
into-
of knowing.
he actually has a lovely singing voice. kind of a high tenor. Anyways, let's see here. So Keith is, he's kind of just processing that y'all were partying instead of doing your job. And Markesh, next to your window, Judith, is like, "You party with goblins, huh?
Just a bit, yeah.
Did you drink the coffee?
Yeah.
Good call."
Well, to be
Okay.
fair, we didn't know. Like, what was, they just, you know.
I say, but now we know, and I shake my thermos a little bit.
Oh, nice. You brought some. Excellent.
I mean, we just got yelled at for partying on the job, though, so I guess we won't be drinking anymore. Sorry.
We didn't really have much of a choice. We had to stop.
Yeah. Hey,
Go to
and he
places.
kind of
anyway.
leans in, like, kind of leans across you, Judith, and he's like to Lou. He's like, just tell him that you didn't have a choice. They got knives.
We were forced to party. It was required.
We were invited, but I mean, we didn't do anything reckless. Oh,
I'm trying to remember. I don't think so.
I fixed a car.
My car got fixed.
It wasn't me.
No.
Yeah, it looks great. Hey, yeah.
Face paint
Doc,
is real.
Yeah,
you
it's still
look,
all face paint. That's crazy.
you look fierce. Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
it's a mystery meat.
It's kind of smeared, and it's not as good as it was. Like whenever I got it so many days ago, it seems like, but
This
I don't
morning.
think it actually was that many.
This morning. It was this morning.
It was no, it was at night. It was
We have not slept since leaving the
no,
goblins.
right, but I got it before the goblins.
Oh,
And
no.
Keith
Not the
is
goblins. So it's
back
been,
and forth.
it's been over 24 hours now. Yeah,
You can see
it's been a long day. Okay.
a vein
had
a lot.
rising in Keith's forehead.
Keith, we've had a long, like he said, we had a long day. We've traveled a long way. We're supposed to get these kids to that town. What? We're here.
Yeah.
Gotta get
Killed some dinosaurs.
We killed dinosaurs. We killed thugs. We
Well,
got here.
You know what? The killing the dinosaurs, that is a new one on me. I usually just go around the forest.
See, we were already running behind. We had to make up time.
Look, if wishes were horses, then beggars would ride, okay? Like, we did it our way. And that's what matters. Well, it doesn't matter. It matters that we got here eventually.
Plus,
Yeah,
the
it
kids
is
are
what
safe.
Yeah,
Like
because
you
that's
would
what
think that bringing a busload of kids to a goblin death rally would be a bad idea, but it
they
actually
stayed
worked
in
out
the-
just
they stayed
fine.
in the bus. They stayed
Yeah.
We
in
were
the bus.
They
safer
up
there
on
than we
top-
would be
they were up
elsewhere.
on- camping on top of the hill, away from the
Yeah.
actual party. They were not.
Yeah.
They were not there.
And the party was pretty benign.
And we were safer there than we would be elsewhere.
True.
Yeah.
And
So
Keith rolls his eyes. All right, well, I guess that's all settled. I'm glad we had this talk.
I mean, you were
should
checking
we-
us. You were checking us. I'm just saying. Keith or Kevin or whatever your name is.
Fair enough. Lady's got a point. Well, what do you say? Should we mosey on down to beautiful palatial theater, wherever we are on the border? I think this is technically Illinois.
Do you need a ride?
No, I got me bike.
Okay.
I kept it.
There's no room, but I just thought I'd offer to be nice.
No.
Okay.
No, I'm a bulky fella anyway. I need leg room.
Oh,
Arm
bulky.
room.
Bulky. Okay.
right on.
Need subtitles.
Big boned. And he says that one over his shoulder as he strolls off into the kind of thin, it's not forest anymore, but the thin wooded spot to the side. And Markesh does the same thing on the other side. And they both pull come walking out onto the road with motorcycles. Keith is still riding his giant chopper from town that he'd acquired to try to fit in with the rough types. And Markesh has definitely a foreign make. something made a little bit speedier, or theoretically speedier. All right, well, I guess we'll follow your lead. And Hannah stops off. She gets off the bus. Chester gets off the bus. So kind of holding you guys up. And she's doing she's in a hurry still, just like she was back at the lake. Hey, Keith. Hey, you. And to Markesh. And Chester goes kind of by with a pair of binoculars in his hands, climbs up on the hood of Vicky. So you're looking at the back of his old-timey black wool stagecoach driver trousers with his binoculars.
No, I know who you're talking about.
Chester, if you got a needle and thread, I could fix those for you, man.
Do these cars have like a thing where I could just like hit the button and comically the hood will open? Like a cartoon? Is there a button to do that?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
I don't know how cars work. All right, just a thought.
And
Just a thought.
he hops down, and you hear him. Yeah, it's a town, all right. And he just goes back to the bus.
Right on, man. Let's hit the road. I try to make a subtle yet suggestive glance towards Nasha to keep an eye on Keith and Markesh because I don't fucking trust them.
Ooh, intriguing.
So yeah, and Nasha is in the car, or are you
Yeah.
on the bus?
No, Nasha's in the back seat.
So yeah, as they're walking away towards their bikes, I'm like, this is good.
All right. I gingerly start Vicky back up and drive her slowly down to the town because I think her engine block is still messed up. So
Yes, facts.
it's gingerly.
She is loud, and yeah.
Love this for me.
There's some knocking, some the word I'm looking for, some portentous knocking coming from from the engine.
If that car's a knocking, got it.
But you make it. And go ahead and imagine a cartoon when you pull into town, as Vicky just kind of
You killed her.
takes herself a little nap.
Just sit and think about my life choices for a little bit.
Your life choices involving driving your car into bullets.
They shot at me. I didn't drive
Yes.
into the bullets. That would be ridiculous.
Well.
Bus pulls up alongside you. Keith and Markesh hop off their bikes. Keith goes to the bus, knocks on the door. And you can hear him. All right, so what next? A little bit of conversation, and he comes back up to the car. All right, so bus is still running. We've only got 2-3 blocks through this main little town to get to Hannah's house.
Yeah.
What can I say? She wants to check on her fam.
She wants us to come. All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's get on the bus. Man, Vicky, it's been a pleasure.
Has it? Don't. Okay.
Man, I didn't have it. I was just here for like the last 20 minutes. I wasn't on Vicky all day.
That's fair. Are we really getting in the bus, or can we just? It's only 2-3 blocks, right?
Yeah.
Is she that pressed? Can we
What's
walk it
that?
out? I was just saying, can we walk it out? Like, or does she-
Yeah, Keith and Markesh both look like they're just gonna walk.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'd stick with them. Yeah.
I'm skating. As always.
Yeah, definitely.
Actually, yeah. Well, I won't split the party.
Well, the bus is, it's moving, and it's moving slow. You're on all of the streets are pretty wide. To describe this, now that you're in town, the general build style and aesthetic of this place is kind of, it's got a weird little bit of old timey late 18th or like excuse me late 19th century wood built look with also shipping containers like box cars used as buildings, and you can tell that these are heavily adapted to be living spaces, as well as quite a few like mostly bare cinder block constructions. But they have yards and mailboxes, and you can see that there are like antennae and stuff like that off of some of the, and they're, you know, nothing's overly rusted or filthy or anything like that. It actually kind of looks almost like a cute little town. The cinder block buildings, a lot of them are even built in circular structure, you know, almost like little huts, but larger and often with, you know, attached, so you can tell. None of these houses are particularly small even. It's not like there's zoning, you know, or anything like that. Like somebody builds their house and the next person who wants to build nearby just probably talks to the person who lives in that spot, and they work out a, you know, a distance, and nobody's going to come along and assess and be like, oh, it's property lines, you know, that kind of thing. Well, we're going to run the water mains, so on and so forth. So yeah, but you are on kind of a little bit of a backside street. But the street is fairly wide, and the bus is moving along, purring along next to you at a, you know, comfortable walk speed. Chester's got the window down, smoking a, you know, holding a cigar, a little stubby cigar, whistling a tune as he do. And after,
Nice.
2-3 minutes, you get to this is kind of a hybrid situation. You can see where, you know, the building was originally, or the property was originally shipping containers and then was built onto and expanded. There's a garage bay, which instantly says to you, Lou, yeah, that's got to be Hannah's house. That garage says Hannah grew up there.
Big letters. Cool. Hannah, is that it?
She like, the bus, it hasn't even fully stopped, and she like rushes off, you know, out the bus door and just rushes up to a side door on the house and knocks. Probably too loud for the situation, but you haven't seen any people on the streets.
Sure is quiet town.
And after a brief pause or just a little wait, the door opens, and like Hannah like dives through the door like to hug the person on the other side, but basically disappears as she you know, doesn't poof disappear, but, you know, disappears into the house.
So, like, the kids were supposed to come to this town, we escorted them, but what are they going to do here? What are the kids going to do here, man? I asked Chester, I guess.
Well, I guess they do whatever they want, because there doesn't seem to be anyone else around, really, at least outside. Should we be inside?
They work in the mine. Maybe the kids can work in the mine.
Oh, that's messed up. Why did we do
We
that?
didn't bring the kids here
What?
to work in a mine.
No.
Would you want them to work as
All
as
right.
canaries?
I don't know, man.
I don't want them to work there. I'm just throwing out ideas.
It's not the worst, but like it's not great.
Sister Celine pipes in. No, we didn't bring them here to work in the mine.
Okay, good.
You know,
I hope. I'm glad.
I just was giving my
Bar
thoughts.
is so
Thinking out
low.
loud. I was thinking out loud. I
But,
don't want the
okay,
kids.
so-
I taught them card games. I don't want them to work in a mine. I'm just I don't know what
It'll
else
help
to
him
do.
pass the time.
And Celine's bouffant is disheveled as she's been sleeping on it. As she secures her sword to her side and strolls towards Hannah's house. Maisie, work in the mine. What do you think we are?
Y'all
What
not.
are we
I'm
doing
just-
here, though?
It's just a joke.
Well, the kids have been at school for a few months, and we're bringing them back.
Oh,
Or
they live here
here.
already. Oh,
Well, some of them. The rest of them will have families.
who work in the mines?
Wait.
Oh my god.
The kids that live here don't have families? Because that's kind of how you worded that. You said some of them live here, and then you said, but some of them have families. So it kind of implies the ones that live here don't have families. All right, I'm done.
You
I
know
mean, I
what?
got that too, but everyone's testy right now, so
You know what? I'm gonna eat, hopefully, again, and maybe have a nap, little napsy, another one for myself. Shower, and we can get back to this, or you can get back to this with somebody else. We're gonna pay you. Don't worry. As a matter of fact, I'll make sure y'all get your money before I even get shampoo in my hair.
No rush.
yeah, wash day is probably pretty hard for you. Ask me how I know.
Yes. Well, yeah, you know.
Yeah, I know. We do a cool handshake, like a hair related handshake. It's very cool.
Full daps. Yeah.
Everyone who's not black is like, what?
Celine's like, or not actually Celine, she's already gone into the house. Gracia, Sister Superior, walks by. She looks fresh as a daisy, but she walks by, and yeah, as y'all are throwing daps, she's like trying to watch it like it's an impressive yo-yo trick.
Zippity-doo-dah.
Yeah,
Um,
and keeps going, carrying her guitar case. Kids are coming along.
so do we just
Still
go in
there.
the house? I mean, like, we weren't invited. Like, I'm not a vampire or anything, but like, is that rude?
Yeah. Sister Gracia turns around and
Okay, all right. We can stand outside and speculate about where the kids are going to work, or
whether you're delivering them into child labor, that Hannah's family are child slavers.
no. God, sorry.
Don't give him ideas, please. Please.
It's just getting
We don't
worse
want
and
to.
worse.
We don't want to blow this whole place
This
to
deal's
high
getting
heavens.
worse and worse all the time.
I would never betray my players like that.
That's literally something a DM would say right before they do that, though.
Y'all, junior marshals, I am not a monster. I only play one on Twitch.
Then why did you treat my car like this?
I know, but sometimes you have to lose an NPC for the sake of stakes.
Why is it my whatever? It's fine. I'm not bitter. It's fine. It's fine.
Who are you trying to convince there?
So yeah, if y'all go inside, it's all the shutters you notice are closed. You notice from the outside that all the shutters are closed and that kind of thing. Curtains drawn, blinds, blah 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 blah. There's no blinds. People in 2075 have better taste than mini blinds. I'm actually fine with mini blinds, but so it seems pretty dim from the outside, like it might even be uninhabited. When you go inside, it's wonderful. It's homey. It almost like the mansion back in Murfreesboro, but actually a home. And it smells like, home cooked meals and all that kind of good stuff. There's even a doggy. It's definitely a mutt. It's a little brown. It's a little brown shaggy boy, but sometimes those are the best kind.
Not a pug.
Not a pug. No.
Who's all about the dog?
Yeah. You actually have to elbow out Markesh to give the doggy pats.
Absolutely. I give him like a slip, I give him an old juke. Dash.
Yeah, and yeah,
Send him tumbling.
You catch him right in the middle of him. Who's a good boy? Who's a good little weird?
No, I do.
Like,
Exactly.
all right. And yeah, Keith's kind of wandering around, hands in his. And now you notice that his suit, gray though it be, a nice, distinguished gray, is not like, a classic high class material. It's wool, it's a wool suit. It's not a lot of fine textiles going on in this situation, but he's still well appointed and it's well cut and all that kind of good stuff. It looks kind of odd considering the man's arms like reach down to his knees easily, but yeah, it's definitely cut for him. He's got cufflinks, but yeah, and he's kind of wandering around this dining room-ish area, looking at the pictures on the wall. There's some, artwork there, probably done by somebody who lives locally, or maybe it was something scavenged from an old secondhand store or something like that. And then family pictures and that sort of thing. And there's a tallish woman in kind of a classic, I want to say, think Western dress, think old timey, without the bustle or the hoop or whatever, she's definitely at home, that kind of thing. No tattoos, nothing like that, but she and Hannah are talking and, they're holding hands in front of each other. And the lady is obviously older than Hannah, Western PJs. It's only 8 or 9. It's a little early to go to bed.
Not with that attitude.
And you absolutely can assume that this is Hannah's mother. There's enough of a resemblance between the two. And Hannah's only, declining her gaze a little bit, to make eye contact with her mom. Her mom is fairly tall. Hannah's in the 5'10", 5'11" range, and her mom is 5'8", 5'9" range. And you hear kind of a clump, 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 as like this brick of a man, probably between, I want to say, Lily and Nasha's height, or right around there. Not a very tall guy. He's got a close crop, his hair's steel, tattoos on his neck, arms, one of which is in a sling, spectacles, classic white t-shirt tucked in. I would say white sneakers, white high top sneakers, but no, those probably all went the way of what happens to every white high top sneaker after the end of the summer, long ago.
I thought you were about to say went the way of the dinosaurs. I was like, they came back?
Yeah. But this guy, everything about this, the look of this guy says shotgun dad. Like he's going to come out here and start, chewing asses or whatever. Like his, brows just furrowed. He's got that, front facing selfie cam, MySpace rant goatee going on. And walks up and, kind of enters the room and, are we gonna fucking eat or something?
Oh, I like him.
Yeah, food's good.
Nice. What do you like? Pointing to you.
Well, we had fish for lunch, so not fish for dinner, I guess.
Steak and bacon it is. You want to help my little girl get back here?
Yeah.
Sort of. She kind of helped us too.
Fucking A. And he leaves the room and you can hear kitchen, cabinets and whatnot opening. all that kind of stuff. And Hannah's like, sorry about my dad. He doesn't talk that much unless he's working on cars.
Wait, he works on cars? What?
Yeah.
Cool,
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, well, I do. That's like my thing.
Okay.
And he taught me, so yeah.
I'm glad you told me this now. It's cool. Thank you. What do you want to introduce us to your mom? I assume it's your mom.
Yeah. Judith Jamerson. This is my mom, Lisa. Mom, this is Judith. She well, her poor car got shot up, but she helped she helped bring us here. As a matter of fact, she and her friends dealt with all the bad stuff out there. And Lisa just, oh, thank you. She doesn't, she has a very calm demeanor in comparison to her husband, and and very dignified, and reaches out and shakes your hand and puts her other hand over that one, and thank you so much.
We're just doing our job, ma'am. I've been practicing that. Just doing our job.
Don't be too humble.
I don't know what
And
humble
at
is.
that time,
It's humble.
Maisie
I don't know what that means.
pulls a case, a bag up onto the table, this big dining table in the room that you're in. Speaking of your jobs, I don't care how you split it. It's really not that much, but here you are. $6,000.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
You were definitely muted, Kevin. Lou.
I sure was. And it was, you missed my whole stuttering thank yous routine.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's
And
a lot like Porky Thank you.
After you get done stuttering and stammering that out, each.
Oh. Wait. I thought you didn't care how we split it up.
It's $1,200 a person. I care.
No, it's $6,000 technically a person.
Oh.
We don't care how you split it up, but there's enough
Oh.
for $6,000.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was $6,000.
Holy smokes.
Each.
You worded that all
$6,000
sorts of
total.
weird.
That's
I'm
fine.
tired.
I like the playfulness.
And from what Chester told me, I just rode through a laser tunnel or something. So forgive me.
You accurate, yeah.
Now I'm gonna go wash my underboob and think about my life decisions while hopefully dinner happens and y'all get happy about this money.
Quite.
Deuce.
Yeah, no, it's cool. Thank you.
And she walks over to Hannah and her mom. It's like, y'all got a bathroom around here, shower? Hear the little, and then they escort her out of the room to show her out to the powder room, if you will.
Yeah.
Well, I don't mind being first at the table, so I go and count out my 6,000 and secrete it away on my person.
Yeah, Lou's right beside you.
Stab it.
You're
It's like
very close.
just shove it. And it's like, so what's for food?
Steak and bacon, according to.
Steak
and bacon. You hear from the other room.
Everything's butter with bacon.
I'm heading to the bacon,
Are
guys.
there any vegetables or? No, is it
When he comes around, squash.
squash?
Squash is a vegetable, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Technically, it's a fruit, but yeah.
Oh.
Technically, it's a berry.
Berries are fruit.
Yeah, but I always wanted to be more.
Yeah, no.
And he leans back around the door. Oh, you learn something new every day. And Lisa walks by. Honey, I've told you that a dozen times.
What's Hannah? What's your dad's name?
I had this in my head
Checks notes.
an hour ago.
Is it Kevin? Is it Kevin?
It's not Kevin. It's not
Okay.
Kevin. No.
Doug.
No. It's
Is it
Richard.
Doug? Richard.
It's Bevan. His name is Bevan.
Bevan. You got Keith, Kevin, and Bevan. Sounds good.
Belle Biv DeVoe. And now you know.
Aww.
It's poison. All right. Richard. Not Ricky?
Not
You guys
Ricky,
have-
no.
Okay.
Never Ricky, thank you. Every Ricky I've ever met has been a dirtbag. So, and I don't know if you know a Ricky that's nice. I don't know. Maybe some of you are all Rickies. I don't know.
I don't think I do. I don't think so. Okay, well, Richard is thrown down. So some of the kids went to their parents, and some of them are just like hanging out.
They're outside with Celine. She's gone back out to kind of round them up, and Sister Gracia's hanging out in the same area. Well, and Richard kind of slumps. I'm gonna get back to cooking. And Lisa, the mom, who's in the room with you, well, we can take them to their homes tomorrow. Well, we'll probably take some of them tonight, but problem is some of the people that are supposed to take care of these kids, some of their parents aren't here.
Where are they?
They're at the mine.
Mining?
Maybe right now.
What's the deal with the mine?
Well, that used to just be our mine. That's, we got copper and we got plenty of obviously rocks. So make, cinder blocks. So you just build a town. Easy. Or whatever. But we've been, selling ore and copper. We even we can even manufacture copper cable here in small quantities, comparatively. But yeah, a couple months back, some characters rolled into town and kind of took everybody to go do some forced labor.
Are they still being forced to labor, even as we speak?
Well, like I said, maybe right now. I know that they're not working short days. The characters, they don't really care about that so much. They were nice enough to let Richard come home when he got his arm hurt. But otherwise, the people working out there, which is most of the town now, they kind of live out there now.
Who are the people who are doing this? Who are forcing the labor?
That was what's on my mind.
They call themselves gatekeepers.
Oh,
Yeah, that makes
no,
sense.
Oh my
no.
God.
All right.
They're the
Ye-
worst.
I'm
All
so
right.
We
excited.
hate those guys.
They're
It's
just
just-
Oh,
trash.
I love those guys.
Luke-
They make such funny noises.
Lou throws
you
his
shoot them?
bacon down on his plate and says, "God damn it!
Are you gonna eat that?
Yes,
That
I'm
bacon?
gonna eat it." He picks it back up and shoves it in his mouth.
I mean, you threw it down. I didn't know. I didn't
All
really
right.
know what was going on.
And Lisa's like, so you've run into them before?
Run into him, shot him, blew him up.
Oh,
They're familiar with us a little bit by now, I bet you.
We actually had a party thrown in our honor for blowing them up, so we're pretty good at it.
somebody threw you a party for blowing people up?
Yeah,
Yeah.
goblins, yeah.
The gatekeepers are really, really shitty.
Oh. Yeah, they are.
Yeah.
Yeah. Richard didn't so much hurt himself as get himself beat up.
Ooh.
What happened, Richard?
Well, I was okay as the mechanic. I take care of things around town, and people kind of trust me. They look to me for a little bit of leadership. I'm not really into that, but there I was, and so I decided to take a little initiative. And in the quarters, in the mine where they have us sleep, it's not. They, look, there was a big shiny lever that I thought looked interesting, and it was attached to a computer that also looked interesting. And I decided to take a little look-see at the computer to see what the lever did. And then somebody saw me doing that, and we had a bit of a conversation. And then it became like a kind of a 8 versus 1 debate, if you will. And so, yeah, here I am.
You lost.
With my arm. Yeah. I wouldn't say I lost.
Yeah, you're home.
Did you win?
Seems like a win.
I mean, one of those guys' faces made a real weird noise.
They've heard that.
Either way, yeah, I'm home, and I'm home to see my little girl. Thank you again.
I
Our
have a
pleasure.
feeling we'll be doing a little bit more.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Yeah. How many of them are there? Just like rough numbers since you were there. Just what do you think?
Well, we don't stay heavily armed here aside from a few of us, and usually, we don't have any reason to be. So there's, 5,000 of us in town. There were. When they rolled up, well, they kind of caught us by surprise. We weren't expecting anything. They just rolled into town and kept coming, and there was the helicopters and
Helicopter.
yeah, they got a couple of helos, normal birds, nothing, no attack choppers or anything. We're not talking like Apaches or Cobras, something weird like that.
Where do they have those?
Oh, they got them at the mines. Like they made it.
Oh.
One of the first things they made us do was clear out spots for helo pads.
Hmm.
Then they had us build the cockatrice kennels.
What's with the new cockatrices? God.
They love
Okay,
it.
so but how many are there? How many dudes? Just guesstimate.
Bunch of idiot white guys in what looks like off-brand Punisher t-shirts. They kind of blend together. There was maybe 15, 20 hobgoblins. Most of them were all right, would stay hands off. As a matter of fact, one of them, a lady, was the one who let me come on home.
Huh.
Nasha's smiling, and it's not a nice smile. It's
Well,
this one's about to go for your throat smile.
Hmm.
The leader calls himself Fulcrum. I guess he's got a high opinion of himself. He's kind of a dickhead. Good taste in music, though. Heard a lot of Van Halen while I was working, but rock and roll.
Not
food.
that jump song.
I mean, yeah, but not every time. I mean, they got a long catalog. They were together for like 40 years.
You play Panama? That's my song.
Okay, they were only together for like 7 years, and then David Lee Roth left, and then it was different.
Oh, you're one of those guys, huh?
I'm absolutely one of those guys.
Just
All
like
right, no
Panama.
tequila for you.
Just
You can
like
sit down
Panama,
over there.
okay?
I honestly need to take a night off. That's very helpful, actually.
Well, okay, and now see you
Oh, for
keep
drinking,
doing
yeah.
this thing where you're like, you're saying something disappointing, and then you're bringing me back. Like, I appreciate a man of moderation. I almost like you.
what like all right. I don't know if it's time to talk strategy for what our plan is or anything, but like we're gonna blow that up. Yeah.
We can't blow up the mine though, because that's these people's
No,
livelihood.
not like. Well, I mean, yeah, literally a little bit, but not literally all of it. Just literally the parts that are like their favorite parts.
So we have to, but the people are in the mine, Lou. So we can't just like blow up the
I
mine.
know. No, I'm talking. I mean, like, yes, that's what I will be doing, blowing things up. But like, I mean, we got to do something to stop those guys. That's what I mean.
Oh yeah, no, we're gonna do
We're gonna
something.
blow their scene up. I mean, we're gonna blow up the scene.
Okay, yeah, blow up their spot. Yeah, 100%.
Spot. Thank you.
Yeah, and I think we should start with those helicopters. Those will blow up good, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a demonstration.
Wow, you guys know what you're doing.
No,
Oh,
no,
okay.
don't assume that, please.
All right.
I'm kind of good
I
at
mean-
Speak for
chemistry, though.
yourselves.
It
Oh.
sounds like you got, I don't know, the gumption, the moxie. You got y'all here. You got the sisters. You got some guns. You got these two big fellas. And Marquesh is like, huh? Oh no.
What do you mean no? What do you mean
Keith,
no?
oi. And
You're not
yeah, Keith
you're not
like
gonna
reaches out
participate?
and just gives Marquesh a little on the shoulder. Come on.
Slave
Fight a
labor,
little bit.
Marquesh.
Yeah. Why are you here if you're not gonna throw down, my guy?
Isn't he like a librarian? Like,
What are we afraid of here? If the tiny females can do this, you big all do can't.
Oh, I
See where
see.
we are.
You're trying to appeal to my
No.
incredible masculinity. You're trying. Yes, very,
No,
very
I'm
good.
making fun of you.
Yes, I can tell. Well, nobody's mentioned me getting paid, and I just saw you all getting fed very well.
You could eat some too.
I did. This is a metaphor, ma'am.
Well, you know what?
So
You can
like,
always get some loot.
like you
Yeah.
said bye to us back in Murfreesboro. Then you said hi here, and now you want to be paid. Marquesh, I'm not good at this, but like, what did you do?
What is it that you do here? That's a really good question, Lou. Let's bring it together.
Well, there was some weird noises night before last when we camped out by the side of the road. I got up, I checked it out. As could have been a dinosaur, right?
Yeah, it could have been, and it was really close to the bus that we were next to, right? The one that
Well,
we
you
got
mean
paid
the
to get
dinosaurs
here.
we took out? Oh yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's more than however many
Hey,
dinosaurs. You
Marquesh,
didn't know all the dinosaurs.
He did not help with that, did he? No, he wasn't there,
No.
right? No, he wasn't
Absolutely
there.
not.
Mm-mm.
Mark,
I don't know
I
why you're
will,
talking
I will
smack.
help you out here, Mark.
Mark.
If you want to come with us, there might be something in it for you. What are you looking for?
All right, that's all I need. See, I'm not a monster. Not even lazy.
Just saying.
I just, man's got to get paid.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Hey,
Yeah.
look, I've been intimidating Ricky into giving me whiskey for the last 6 months. Not every bartender's going to run on that.
Ricky, you talking about the steak guy?
Back in town.
Ricky.
No,
Back
back
in
in
Murfreesboro.
Murfreesboro.
Frisbro,
His
yeah.
name Rick. His name was Ricky.
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
The shitty bartender, yeah.
Oh,
And he was
yeah.
a piece of shit.
Oh yeah.
I thought, well, he actually
And
turned out to be
fun to
okay in the
scare.
end.
I get confused because there's Richard and.
I mean,
Once
he
we
was
scared all
okay
the
because
scary
we were
people.
scary.
Yeah. We were the new scary people in his bar, so he took on our personality, which was apparently just pouring drinks all over. That says something about us.
That's your
Um,
personality.
So
yeah, I poured it in my mouth. Drink it.
now that we're all fed and we've perhaps assembled some Avengers here, we're going to go ahead and go to break time, Junior Rangers, if you're out there. And we'll be back in approximately 10 minutes.
Window in the bathroom? Sorry, I said that wrong.
Neither of my bathrooms have windows.
Bathroom
And
to
we're
window
live,
is-
I'm pretty sure.
Welcome
I
back.
don't know.
Welcome back to Inherited
That
Earth.
think of
Junior
what I
Marshall
can say.
didn't have anything witty to give you this time. Actually, we were talking about bathroom ventilation, a little bit of carpentry talk, you know. So, y'all have been fed. You're on a full stomach. Would we like to retest for itis? I think we should. Those of you who have already gotten itis,
I think I did already.
Lou is looking for a spot to pass out in either in this house or on the bus.
Because we haven't
All right.
slept, so we probably should take a nappy nap anyway. Get
well,
the lay of the land, manana.
go
I
ahead.
need a nap. Sounds really good.
Go ahead, and everybody who hasn't, who
can't
didn't
remember.
get itis last time, so not Judith. Judith is actually exempt. She's had a nap.
I'm genetically predisposed to have itis.
Where we
Science.
rolling?
D20 Constitution.
2.
Oh no!
I'm falling right asleep.
10.
If you ate a steak and bacon,
I rolled a 1.
Nope.
So
I
let's see
rolled a
here.
7 before I modify it.
A 9 before I modified, so it's a 10.
Yeah,
So
8.
Lou, Nasha, and Noah all have the itis. Lily, it's up to you whether or not. But those
Your body
three are,
probably hasn't decided yet.
yeah, those three, yeah, those three though are definitely succumbing to the itis. They got a belly full of good food, and now it's time to take a napsy nap.
Yeah. Lily's probably like, you know what? I could, but I don't have to. But you know what? Nap would be nice. We've been running on fumes for a while.
And Lisa, well, y'all probably tired from the road, and my husband's very light, healthy cooking. Did y'all bring bedrolls or anything, to sleep? We got a couple couches, a spare room. We got Hannah's room, although I believe
Yes.
it's going to be the first time, she's
Lou
been home in a
definitely
minute.
is. I got a sleeping bag I could roll out somewhere if you got a square foot of floor for me.
All right. And yeah, there's room, I'm sure.
Lily can just
My
find the
wonderful-
shortest couch
my-
or chair.
My wonderful husband will be glad to let you crash on his own personal sleeping couch in the garage.
Oh, that's kind of you. I just need some floor. Let some of these other folks go.
All right. Well,
Plenty of people to go around.
that's up to y'all. Obviously, we got a washroom, and the water's off now, so it sounds like that's available. Do y'all need to freshen up a little bit?
Yeah.
I would advise freshening up a little bit. I'm sorry, and she turns to you, Noah. I'm sorry, I don't have any face paint to refresh that after you wash up, but
Yeah, I think it's time it goes away for a little bit, and then next time we meet some goblins, maybe I'll get something else.
fair
Or
enough.
tame again. I don't know.
Do
I
you
like
run into goblins a lot? Is that a thing for y'all?
I mean, this week it's happened a lot.
Oh, huh. All right.
You like weirdly a lot.
Yeah.
It is a weird, wild world out there. Well, anyway, you all can, have the run of the place. Don't break my stuff. My stuff either.
Right, huh? Cool. Lou is
First couch.
already
First couch. Lily gone.
Let's see here. Okay. Anybody gonna get up to any like pre-sleep business? Crashing. All right.
Nope. Out.
Final Fantasy sleep music. Legally distinct, though, obviously.
I mean,
If
I can.
anybody, no, no, our producer is very on top of that. We should not, and for good reason, looking out for us. If anybody has taken any damage or suffering any damage, go ahead and heal that. Oh, and important, I don't think it's necessarily come up on air. Long rest with theoretical medical attention, because Noah is here,
But also sleeping.
but also sleeping, but here. You roll damage, you roll your hit die as normal, as you would in regular Dungeons and Dragons to heal. That is a thing. I reviewed the book. That's how it is in Ultramax. So yeah, on a long rest with medical attention. So yeah, if anybody has any damage to heal, Lou, your tinnitus, fading, all that kind of good stuff. Okay, everybody sleeps. And let's see here. You got the garage, you've got the living room, dining room, where there's obviously plenty of room. There are kids scattered sleeping throughout as well. And it doesn't take them long to go back to sleep. A little bit of fussing, a little bit of, I don't wanna. And then, yeah, they pass out. And yeah, living room, dining room, spare bedroom. Who claims what here?
Uh,
Couch. Because she's
I can
short.
just crash on the floor.
Okay, so we
Yeah,
got one couch available. We got floor,
I've got a sleeping bag, so
sleeping
Yeah.
bag.
I
somewhere.
roll out my sleeping bag near in the living room where
Fine,
where
I'll take
Lily's
the
on the couch.
bed. I'll take the bed. God.
Oh no!
Oh no.
I
Take the
guess I'll
bed.
sleep in the bed.
No, that's so.
Nasha's used to sleeping on rocks.
Yeah, there you go.
That's you though. That's not me.
Yeah.
That's you.
All right. So then, Lily, you wake up to the strong smell of strong coffee. Like when your eyes open, there's like a cup like right in front of your face, and a new person is holding it. Not Lisa or Richard. It's or Markesh or Keith. It's another older gentleman, probably around Richard's age. Long steel and black hair in two ponytails, braided tails. He's wearing a leather jacket with a vest over it, like a brown hide vest with a big W stitched onto it.
That should probably go like.
There you go,
Is there,
sleepyhead.
is there sugar in this one? If so, marry me.
I think I'm a bit old for you, and sugar's probably in the kitchen.
Fine, fine. You know, there was no sugar in it, so you lost out anyways. And she'll just, stomp inside her boots and be like, right, thank you so much. I'm Lily, and you are
Walter.
Coffee Man? Coffee
Sure.
Man Walter. I need some sugar.
That's not what the W's for. As he goes out in the, as you go out
I
in the
didn't think
kitchen.
about that.
And yeah, he's walking around with a handful of multiple mugs, and passing them out to the people who are present downstairs.
The kids?
No, the kids are out. So you can hear. Well, you are upstairs in a bedroom.
It's awesome.
But you can also hear.
So
You can
comfortable.
hear kids
No, I'm
playing
still asleep.
outside.
I'm still asleep.
Okay, there you go. All right, but y'all can hear kids outside playing. They got extra hours of sleep before bedtime last night, so they woke up plenty early. Let's see here. Did anybody pass out? Did anybody go to sleep on the floor in the dining room?
I might have if nobody else was in there.
Neither Lou nor Noah were in there, so.
Okay, so I would have been.
All right, so yeah, Walter comes into the dining room, and he's already offered you a cup of coffee, and you take it. And do you take the coffee? Does Nasha drink coffee?
generally no. It would probably not even wake me up because
And then again, after the last coffee, maybe you're not accepting coffee from strangers.
yeah, the last one I accepted because I knew it probably had something in it. Otherwise, I wouldn't have.
All right,
I wasn't drinking that for the coffee. I was drinking that in spite of the coffee.
fair enough. All right, well, so he just sets the cup on the table and has a seat and is drinking a cup of coffee himself. And Nasha, this gentleman, he looks like he could have come from your hometown.
I was going to say, the way you described him was violently native.
Hey man, like I'm just saying, the ponytails, the pigtails, it's a classic look. For one, I'm thinking about doing it, but it'd be difficult with dreads, and I
Yeah.
have no patience. I have done pigtails though. Maybe I'll do that for our season 1 finale. But so he just sits there and yeah, you know, like I said, description, he's worn blue jeans, some worn but extremely sturdy boots, combat style, not, ranch style boots. One room, one floor, long wise, ranch style boots. Anyway, good. All right. And he seems like he's about to start speaking, and the door opens, and Sister Celine comes in, not in a dress now. It's black cargos, combat boots, black t-shirt, hair down, no makeup.
Which sister is this again?
Sister Celine, the one who, in fact, looks like Dolly Parton 90% of
Yes.
the time. Yeah.
Still looks like Dolly Parton, probably.
She, like I said, no makeup, hair down, like down, no product, nothing. Like it's actually just been washed. It's wet. And yeah, she's not wearing the dress. She's kind of got a paramilitary vibe going on there. One little nautical star tattoo right here that you couldn't see before. And like a pile of muscles, you notice now that she wasn't thick. She was thick.
With like 14 C's.
Like strong.
Muscles in
She
places where I don't even have places.
Not quite, but she looks like you definitely wouldn't fist fight her. That would be your absolute last option.
That would be volunteering for bruises.
Yeah.
At best.
And with that still like sickening honey sweet, accent and voice. Oh, thank God for some coffee. And grabs the cup that he brought in for you. And like does one of these. Like, and the coffee's, it's steaming on the tabletop when you see it. And she just pounds that cup of coffee. Is there more? And Walter's just like, yeah. And she clump. Seems to move a little bit faster in the boots than she does in the heels. Like maybe she's more used to the boots.
So the Dolly Parton get up was for the sake of the children.
It's for something. Think of the children. And soon after, Maisie comes in. Maisie looks like Maisie, except she's got like two wonderful, just kind of the little globe tails over here. She's pulled it into those. She's not letting the whole glory fly right now. And Judith, you wake up to the sound of Hannah singing in the shower in the bathroom across the hall from the spare room where you're standing in.
Is it good?
Really...
Does she sound nice?
Yeah, she sounds amazing.
What is she singing? Steely Dan.
No, it's
My
off the top
maniac
of my
connected
head. It's
names.
really easy to vilify somebody with a country title, isn't it? We'll go with Patsy Cline. Just think of one.
I can't because I don't know anything that she's made, but sure. Okay, I got the visual or the audio.
Noah, what you got?
What, for Patsy Cline songs?
Yeah, just name off a handful.
I'm not super good on Patsy Cline, but I believe Walking After Midnight is a good one.
Or I Fall to Pieces.
I Fall to Pieces, yeah.
That's
Okay.
a good zombie song.
We'll do Walking After Midnight.
Okay,
Now I can remember. Now,
that's how it always happens. I'm just
not-
lying. I'm lying in bed, looking up at the ceiling, listening to this music, just not willing to move quite yet. But and Walter's not coming to give me coffee, huh?
No,
Okay.
but you can smell coffee.
Yeah, but then I have to get out of my bed.
Well,
Okay.
it's going to happen one way or the other. It's not even technically your bed.
That's true. I mean, it's mine because I slept in it. But okay, I'll wait. Let me wait. I'm gonna wait for Hannah to get out the shower, and then I'll dip in there real quick.
All right. Yeah, and then momentarily it shower shuts off, all that kind of thing, and then you hear the door open as she walks down.
She walked through my room. Oh no, it's not. It's across the hall. It was like
Yeah, across the hall.
okay. All right, I sneak over there, and there's towels and stuff, I assume, and a washcloth.
Yeah, there was
All
a towel in your room. Yeah, and
Okay.
washcloths. Yeah,
All right, I get busy.
No.
I don't sing though.
fair. Lou, you have been brought coffee.
He drinks it outside on the stoop, watching the chitlins running around, screaming at each other.
And yeah, you see some new adults with them. Some of them are definitely parents, their parents, and just, the kids are, look at this, watch this, hey, look at me, that kind of thing. The classics.
Yeah.
And the parents are obviously just like over the moon glad to see their kids again.
Well, that's good.
Yeah.
They're like, we're children. Ah!
We're small and we have high-pitched voices.
Ah! Yeah.
Yeah.
Lou watches that for a while, finishes his cup of coffee, and is gonna go skate. He's gonna go check out the town. That's it. He's not gonna socialize with anybody in the house. He's not doing that. He's not feeling it this morning. He goes.
Okay. Well, so Hannah's house, her family's house is kind of at the head of what would be a cul-de-sac if there were other houses on it.
Mm-hmm.
The first building you pass on the straight road looks kind of like a pharmacist / barber situation. You're catching real Old West vibes off of this this whole area. But plenty of houses, and then some shops, all of which are closed. Some of them are boarded up. You can see that. And it's not, you've got about 10, 15 blocks worth of street before you're actually at the other end of town. At which point there's like a basically shattered, burnt out building, a fairly large one there.
Okay. Yeah, he didn't expect to find much because he'd already walked the length of it mostly. Yeah. Lou's gonna look around town on this. It's like he's kind of checking out what resources he could pull together that he thinks, like when you mix them in a jar, they might blow up. Or he's gonna look for if there was a mining supply store that is now closed. Check out that location, see if there's any sort of supplies that may be gathered. He'll check to make sure there's no one home. He might consider thinking about breaking in, but he may ask first.
But
But he's just doing recon.
Right. Well, and so basically what you've been doing here is you've kind of skated down the high street, the main street of the town. There are, houses over, and you can kind of assume, there's 2 or 3 blocks each way, the entirety of the town. Oh, it's Union. And but that's going to be mostly houses, maybe a couple of smaller shops, a little bit of, supply situation there. There are a couple of pub-like, establishments, and you're on the trek across, looking back and forth. These people definitely leaned into the old west town aesthetic, and so those pubs, if they didn't have writing on the windows or whatever, signs above, they've got batwing doors, because why would they not?
Right. Sure.
But there's actual like concrete road and concrete sidewalks, as opposed to dirt and horse shit and planks.
Mm-hmm.
There are also horses, and you do see people, going about their business. They're mostly older or very young, or seem to have some sort of infirmity. But you do see some able-bodied kind of 20-something to 50-something aged people, just not a lot of them, mainly outnumbered by kids and very old folks.
Sure, that makes sense.
Basically just enough youngish, able-bodied people to kind of look after everybody else.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah. Then I head back to the house, and I see if Hannah is around and talkative, I guess.
Yeah, when you get back, she's chit-chatting with Sister Gracia outside on the porchish area.
Okay. Yeah, I walk up. So, it looks like a lot of the shops are obviously shuttered because of, like, the lack of people. Do you think those people would mind if I, like, use some of the stuff they had in storage to help them out? Like, if there was any way, like maybe somebody had the keys to a shop or something, like that may have some high octane liquors, or that I could maybe throw some rags into, kind of thing. You know what I mean, Hannah?
Well, if that's what you're looking for, you might as well just hit up you know what? I can go with you. I can go around to the little pubs and whatnot and ask around.
Cool.
We also have, I don't know what all's been taken. And Mom's telling me that when gatekeepers came around, they raided a lot of stuff. They blew up the factory down there. I guess they just hosed it down from their chopper and stole a bunch of stuff. But we could even stop by one of the drugstores and see if they've got rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, that'd be not a bad idea. Or if anybody's got a motor car of any kind, that, I mean, Vicky's not going anywhere. That gasoline's going to go to waste.
Well, Dad and I were talking last night. And, I mean, this is a beautiful town. You're all welcome to stay here, obviously, and settle down, after you save the day, I guess.
Yeah, those gatekeepers, they've got an appointment.
We'll understand if you want to ride off into the sunset, so to speak, onto your next paycheck. And we're pretty handy with a wrench and pneumatic wrench and engine lift, and it's going to take a lot of work. We're probably going to have to order some parts as like a whole new engine for you. But we would gladly fix Vicky up for y'all.
Well,
I know.
I'd be really glad to hear that. That's really rad. But
I know Ms. Jamerson is probably heartbroken.
But that's very kind of you. But these gatekeepers are, kind of like personal assholes.
Fair enough. I feel the same way.
Am I here for this conversation?
Are you? Did you
Can't
join
do it.
Hannah and Gracia out on the You know, did you go outside to just get fresh air?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Because I'd be like, frankly, I just want an excuse to shoot some of these bastards again.
Well,
Now, that sounds threatening, Nasha, but it also sounds super unhealthy. So you might want to like.
It's threatening.
Okay, cool.
It's meant to be threatening.
Okay, cool.
I am a threat.
Yeah.
and Hannah pipes in. It's also unhealthy.
For them.
Well, yes, and Gracia, but also you
Mm,
in the long term.
mm.
But I think, I mean,
For-
I don't speak for the whole group. Maybe Judith, once she hears that the car's running and will be wanting to move on, or Lily's got a whole real wacky backstory that I am not. She probably has other priorities. But I'm here. Nasha's here.
Well, it's gonna be at least a month before we can get a replacement for that engine block or a whole new engine for you.
Oh, man.
So you're not going to be driving that thing out of here anytime soon. We got horses, though. I'm sure we could get you. I mean, you know, considering everything done for us, we could probably get you some horses, and you could hightail it.
No.
Well, either way, that's basically what you're going to have to ride down there to the mine.
I'll skate down there. It's cool. I'll get there back. It shouldn't be too much trouble. I've done longer skates. It's fine. It's cool.
Where are the horses?
There are a couple out back of here, and then there are other horses within town.
Because if the ones that we'll be riding are anywhere nearby, I'd want to just go over and hang out with them.
Yeah, there are a couple out back, like I said.
Yeah.
They're closer to draft animals, but probably saddle trained. And by draft, I mean they are large, beefy horses, and not.
I'm not
really
saddle
fast
trained,
boys.
so
There you go. Yeah, either way. Lou, and why don't we go shopping?
Hell yeah. Let's do it.
And as you know, as you stroll, and she's beelining towards that first little, you know, pharmacy / barber shop there. It's like you're gonna have to realize that you're gonna have to ride a horse. That they don't bite most of the time. Don't put your hand in their mouth, but it's not all smooth road on the way to the mine. It's mostly a quarry. You'll fall down. You're muted, dude.
I know. I got it. I'll deal with that reality when the time comes. But for now, I'm gonna pretend it's cool.
All right. Just okay, keeping it mellow. I understand. Pushing that anxiety down. All right.
They're just too big.
They're large animals. They are. I saw you shoot at a dinosaur though, and dinosaurs.
Yeah. I'm not gonna shoot at the horse.
Well, no, that's probably a bad idea. It's not yours.
Exactly. But nobody cares if I shoot at a dinosaur.
Presumably, I wonder.
You don't see me riding dinosaurs into battle.
I don't see you riding dinosaurs into the battle. It doesn't mean it isn't done. In fact, I've heard some stories. Oh, hey, as you go into the barber shop. Noah, what are you up to? You're muted.
not much.
No, I'm gonna be hanging out around the house, kind of getting to know the town, but by not actually going out into it.
Okay.
Like I want to take a look around, kind of see what I can see from the window, and then ask Lisa and Richard anything about the town.
Okay. You really don't visually, can't do a great visual recon from the windows here. You can see the street. Goes, that main street that goes down that way. And then you can see how there are kind of like 2 or 3 blocks to each side of that. And then you can see a couple of houses, quarter mile, half mile out. You assume that those are the ones that you could see the lights on at from the hill, that kind of thing. So from Richard and Lisa, you learn, of course, you already learned what Richard does there. Lisa is a doctor, like went to school for it kind of thing.
Oh, fancy.
As much as there's medical school in the post-apocalypse. But she has more medical experience than you do. She's also in her late 40s, early to mid 50s, and has been practicing since she was your age. So they both arrived here before it was a town. So the town of Theodore was built by basically these people and their parents, or people Lisa and Richard's age and their parents. And the mine wasn't operational and had very minimal equipment when people arrived there. So the town was very poor and didn't have any sort of income, any sort of trade. And until about 10 years after kind of the establishment of the place, there were a lot of like shitty stick-built, almost shanty homes originally, for that first 10 years. And then a gentleman named Ted arrived to the town. Go ahead.
So if the mine wasn't the reason they settled here, why did they settle here?
They're fairly near the river, and it was basically... So Richard is old enough that he would have been a youngish child when the cross rip happened. And a big part of the cross rip, and this is lore that all of y'all would know, because these people's your parents, most of your parents would have been around for it. A big part of that was people fleeing from the cities because that's where it hit really hard. The actual damage, the initial damage, was centered around essentially concentrations of people. And the further you got away and the thinner the populations got or were, the fewer casualties and the less intrusion there was. Basically, people exploded, like annihilated, not like guts, like they annihilated on not, it wasn't the full potential of all of the materials, but on like a molecular level, they just blew, and which is an incredibly violent explosion. And that was caused by being interposed with essentially people from other Earths or other dimensions. That cross rip, people, I don't know if you've heard the phrase telefragged from Unreal Tournament, but what happens when you teleport into the space that somebody else occupies, instead of just turning into mush violently, it's a small nuclear explosion. And that happened to 2/3 of the Earth's population of humans instantly. So people fled the cities and eventually settled back down after there wasn't open combat against monsters and shit all across the countryside. Basically, after the army and police forces and what have you were flattened. So Richard is sort of a first-generation refugee. He saw the shit. He saw it happen. So there are people in this town from all over the region. But they established the town, and about 10 years after that establishment, so Richard was in his late teens, early 20s, a gentleman named Ted showed up and seemed to have the resources to get that mine working, and was able to get machinery, mining machinery and stuff like that from down from Chicago and elsewhere. And he's basically just been there off and on since then. He's an older guy. He's older than Richard, but he's kind of like the unofficial mayor. He just doesn't exert any authority at all. He kind of helps, he kind of facilitates the mine, keeps a share, and lets the rest belong to the people. But he goes on business trips and will leave for years at a time or months at a time and then come back. Usually, right before he leaves, he throws a big movie watch party for the whole town. And then when he comes back, throws a big movie watch party. But he's the one who's made sure there are lots of books for kids to read, that kind of thing. But he's been gone for a couple years. Like, he does leave for 2 or 3, 5 years at a time.
So is he here now?
No, he left a couple years back, and we haven't heard from him. We never do. I don't
Seems
think
like
it's
he-
not like he could have stopped them if they showed up. He's just some old guy.
Okay, good point.
I don't think he's got a single angry bone in his body. Mostly tells stories and jokes, and yeah.
All right.
Honestly, my dad thought he was just some weirdo until, yeah, he started showing up with cranes and all that kind of stuff.
Is there any way to contact him at all when he's off on his little adventures?
I don't know, if you wish real hard, I guess. But why?
Yeah.
Why? Like I said, he's not gonna be much in a gunfight or a fist
Well,
fight or
Right.
trying to-
He might not be, but if the guy can just show up with, like, cranes and heavy building material, one would assume he might have access to other things that could help potentially liberate
Oh,
the town.
Fair enough. Well, see, that's part of the problem is supply lines have been shut down for the last few months while these guys have been here. Walter, he's the last of the Winders that came down on a delivery. The rest of his crew are out there at the mine. 2 of them are dead. They only didn't take Ted or Walter because he's got a. Was it right? Is it right if I tell him? He's got a wooden leg.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, you're a strong guy, but yeah, I mean, they. I don't think they're the most open-minded out there, those gatekeepers. So they're not thinking too far ahead. Like, oh yeah, guy with the wooden leg is perfectly capable. Plus, I mean, do you want to be out there at the mine? No, absolutely not. But otherwise, I mean, we don't have much. We got a few sidearms left over. After the first round of shooting, they put quite a handful of us down and took all the rest of our guns. So if anybody's got a piece out here, it's hidden away.
Right. Okay.
I'm sorry. It looks like it's you guys or the sisters or nothing.
No, we've been here before and it worked out okay. I mean, it wasn't entirely storming a mining complex to liberate a bunch of people against a whole bunch of people, but we'll be okay. We can probably pull it out, I think.
I mean, upside is once you get the town, once you free the people, at least they got mining tools, pickaxes and that sort of thing. Probably plenty of dynamite still left for blasting. I heard some just the other day. If you pay attention right now and you feel a rumble under your feet, that's probably them blasting. So
It could very easily also be Lou. We can't rule that out.
fair enough.
I've seen him blow up so many things.
Well, that
Wait,
should come
wait,
in
wait,
handy.
wait. He was going out shopping, right?
Yes.
Was one of the doors locked on the shop, maybe? Because the man literally suggested we blow up a door that we couldn't open the lock on. So that could have been Lou right there.
Well, at least that's enthusiasm.
He will be very happy to hear there's dynamite. Let me put it that way.
Oh yeah.
Everyone
Well,
else
one has to
might be a
assume.
little intimidated by it, but yeah.
One
and mostly Lou having it. That's going to be real terrifying.
Should I not share mine then?
Oh, no. I mean, I think if we can strategically plan it out and don't just give it to Lou with the short fuse and a lighter, we should be okay.
No. I know explosive safety is very important. Yeah. I got a box downstairs. I squirreled it away. So yeah, we should be able to work up some. I don't know if this is embarrassing to y'all, but we should be able to work up some sort of payment at least after the mine. After the mine's liberated, our people are, out of there. If we can get those fuckers to go somewhere else, go bother Cahokia or something or whatever, we can get you set up and get your ride fixed and get your name out there in a good way, obviously.
Yeah. No, I mean, I would say killing gatekeepers is a reward in and of itself, but yeah, we do kind of also enjoy some big pay.
You can't eat fame. That's not how that works.
Yeah.
Well, Walter, and he turns to Walter and Walter kind of leans forward at the table and did you happen to see any other winders out there on the road?
I don't think so. Maybe, again, lots happened in the last day, but I don't remember seeing any. They all have the big W, easy to identify.
Yeah, they've got they're going to have their patch somewhere. And I mean, not that, well, hopefully you didn't get in a fight with them, but if you do or did, you would have seen their knives. We all carry one. And he reaches down into his boot and pulls out a knife with a black kind of semi-translucent blade and metallic etching in there.
That sounds really familiar. I have the memory perk thing. Where did I see that before?
That's exactly what Lily's carrying. Found it on one of the hobgoblins back at the dinosaur fight.
Specifically the one that I shot through the face.
Yeah. I'm not going to bring that part up.
Well, that was a gatekeeper, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all are frozen to me.
What about now?
Okay,
I'm hearing everybody fine. Okay.
Yeah, weren't those gatekeepers that we were getting shot holy hell out of by?
Yes, those are the ones we blew up, and that's why we got a party.
No, this is a different one.
No, this was after that.
Yeah, no, this was this morning.
Yeah. Okay.
Yesterday
so.
Oh, that's what I missed. Okay.
This is slightly little bit awkward here, but yeah, I've seen a knife exactly like that. The person that had it, though, was not a Winder, or well, he was with the gatekeepers. It was a hobgoblin, and we absolutely killed him.
It was a her.
Her.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Okay. Yeah. So that's probably Hilda. She's not the one that sent Richard home. She was. Well, I'm glad Hilda's gone. I hope she didn't get it off somebody on the road. I hope she just did something confiscated.
Yeah, I don't know. And
An appearance by our executive producer to lighten the mood. Well, who has it now?
Lily, she's around here someplace, I believe.
Lily, where are you?
Well, after her coffee, and hearing the shower, she would have gone upstairs to try and catch a shower after Judith was done.
Okay. I imagine, Judith, you're done now. What are you doing? Or is that just the longest
No, I'm
possible
just
shower?
kidding. I know I'm done. I'm moisturizing, and then
Unbothered.
I'm done. You got to, you guys. I
in
just
your
imagine it being like dry is I don't know what, like just no moisture in the air whatsoever. So you got to moisturize so you're not ashy in the post-apocalyptic future. So Judith will go downstairs. She goes right to the kitchen. I don't know if the coffee pot's still sitting there. If she has to make more.
Yeah, it's a big old perk.
Okay, so she pours herself a cup. I can't remember if I had her use. I don't know if she's had like coffee before, except for the like magic pixie coffee. So she'll just put a little bit of cream
Mushroom
in it.
coffee.
Yeah, whatever it was, the dangerous stuff.
That literally that had actual magic mushrooms in it, didn't it, or something like that?
Yes.
Actual
Well,
magic. It was more of
okay.
a haste potion, I believe, is what you called it eventually.
It was. I'll actually explain to you after game.
Okay.
Fine.
And then you'll know.
Too complicated.
Yeah.
Yeah. So she downs a cup and and pours another one, and then I don't know, roots around for something to eat.
Yeah. There's toast and sausage
Oh, nice.
already cooked.
Okay.
I'm just assuming everybody has been nibbling.
Yeah, she takes a big old plate and sits at the kitchen counter or whatever and methodically shovels it down her gullet. Just still waking up, still trying to figure out. I mean, she missed all the conversation about who could fix the car, so she's just like, it's fine. So, just trying to wake up.
All right. Well, so yeah, Walter expresses that he will definitely want to talk to Lily regarding that knife once she's available to do so. And we are about 10 minutes out from our usual end time. And I think I'm going to call it now because we have
Just to stop.
many things to do. Are many things for our marshals to get up to. And I don't want to stop in the middle of that.
Up to or down.
So thank you to whoever tuned in this week. Remember to tune in next week to Inherited Earth. Become a junior marshal and get your secret Dakota ring. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to hit up the Ko-Fi, my Ko-Fi down there to help support us. And see you next week.